But, ooh.
Oh, I like that too, actually. I like that a lot. Just the same idea. You said you can't tank through Slardar. You can't tank through OD either. Like the pure damage, and then he punishes you over time by you having more HP to chew through.
Aren't the
I like
rolling
that.
axes a little bit of a concern? The mischance? I mean, that's always going to
They're
be
a bit
there.
annoying for sure, but you eventually have like a lot of mobility items in BKB, and this is actually like a really good OD BKB game. All they have is the Wyvern, and like it's just a like if you have to curse the OD to stop him from hitting you, it's pretty does not feel very good.
So final bans to come on either side. Also, back to Troll, it's is that going to be a safe win or a mid Troll, you think, now in the OD matchup?
I'm not sure how that goes. The troll
I
versus
think Troll
OD
probably
matchup.
does fine until like 3 or 5 or something.
That
Because
sounds about
the
right.
Troll has high movement speed. The one thing that's annoying for some matchups when you're playing against OD is that OD is actually fast. Like he's got 315 plus movement speed or something like that. And even when you're going for like trades, sometimes you can get banished because your hero's turn time plus your movement speed's slow. But Troll's fast, so it's probably okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, they end up banning the PA. You mentioned that even last game with the Slardar pick. Great synergy there, of course. So not going to give them that chance. But Juggernaut is still on the board. Go back to him.
Yeah,
It would make sense. They don't even have Dazzle this time either, so
Yeah,
they
some
need
kind
some
of physical
sustain.
damage core to go with the Slardar here. I mean, they can take Roche already, even with just having some kind of safe lane right clicker that's going to scale with the OD makes sense here.
Yeah, I just think like this lineup in particular, I suppose if the Beastmaster is playing a farming role, then he could be the one to buy like your Vlads and stuff like that. But if he's not, like there's actually not a single hero on NIP that really buys the team-oriented items, really. So that's why I was thinking more along the lines of Jug, just because it enables the 5-man a bit more.
Well, and similar problem, they can't even kill the healing ward that easily. They've got a bit better with the Wyvern Q, but it's still not amazing.
They're taking their time.
Yeah, gonna come down to the wire. Why not? Use all the time you have. PPD figuring it out, and we're gonna settle with the Luna.
It is the Luna.
What do you think, Luna BSJ? Is that a good hero?
I'm not sure. I feel like you usually pick like an Undying, like you kind of mentioned earlier with the Luna. I think Beastmaster might be a decent lane support with Luna, just because any strength hero really benefits from the aura in the laning stage. I don't like Luna in terms of the gain matchups against these like trolls and these centaurs, these heroes that like get up in your face, but they have like a lot of ways to protect her with their heroes, the Banish, the Slardar, Counter Initiation, the Phoenix. So I think you were saying they needed someone to group up with, and I don't think you want to pick these like burst damage right clickers like the Jug just because Wyvern kind of counters those. So Luna's probably one of the few group up carries that doesn't mind Wyvern on the other team. She doesn't do like single target damage that kills her own team or like can't kill you through Cold Embrace. So I like it for that.
Yeah, but
reason.
you have the OD to back up anyway, right? So like if your Jug gets cursed, actually, can you get in range? You might not be able to get in range.
I'm not sure actually. It's very close. OD's Astral's like terrible cast range.
Yeah. If you can't get in range, then definitely it's bad for sure.
Oh.
Huskar went on the other team.
Yeah. You're right about
probably
that.
Probably a decent lane matchup against OD, but I don't think it's a good game matchup against OD.
Yeah, your Huskar is going to get blown up by Amp. It's going to be really tough to live in this game.
Yeah,
although I suppose they don't really have a lot of disable on the side of NIP. Maybe they're just going with the idea that with Stampede and really majority of their damage is kind of single target, right? So it's like maybe they have enough to be able to just kind of truth through NIP's lineup. Maybe that's the idea.
Well,
I think they're trying to match the pace maybe this game. Like last game they got outpaced, so maybe they're thinking like let's go more mid-game heavy. They've definitely addressed that problem. They might have gone like too far the other direction, but I like this draft for them better than I liked the last one, but I still think NIPs is like an all-around better draft.
Oof, looking at those odds right there, shown on your screen at 8.5 to 1.05. Again, I got to assume that's a series odds, not the game, because I would definitely give them a much better chance in this game individually. But yeah, overall, NIP already up 1-0. You head over to es.bet. You can place your own bet on set odds if you like them. Also take advantage of the insurance going on here for the WePlay Winter Madness Tournament. So Dog agrees.
He's just running out of the room. He's off to place his bets. So
Nice.
bet responsibly, Murphy. Yeah.
Is he old enough? All right, BSJ. Final thoughts on the draft and who you leaning towards?
I'm leaning towards NIP. I just think they'll be able. They're 5-man stronger, and I think that this meta that matters a lot. I think they'll do fine in lanes. Better team fight.
Draskyl, what about you?
Kind of the same, but I want to make it known that I think the draft is much closer this time.
Me too.
Than in game 1.
Yeah, I think BSJ hit the nail in the coffin there as far as talking about the much more active lineup. Can compete in that mid game, especially if you're Elements Pro Gaming. So
NIP has always been one of these teams that likes to do these 5-man end games fast strats. I mean, they were the team that ran Drow like every single game when they could on the old patch. So going too late game oriented against them when they're first picking Beastmaster all these games is, I think, a bad idea.
We're going to be entering into game number 2 now at this best of 3. Again, 1-0 lead for NIP in our quarterfinal single elimination. We open with Wyvern and Huskar running down that middle lane so far. Going to make their way to the top, though, eventually. Wyvern looks like he's going to be placing down some vision. Got his ward down first. We'll see OD in the area.
Don't know if OD's warding or I think he just wants to get there to scout out being planted. But he got there a bit late, so won't see anything.
He's going to run up. He's just...
Here I am.
Yeah. It wasn't
Let's
obvious.
see the Wyvern. So he may think that there's a ward on the right side of that mid 2-1 tower and get baited out a bit. Yeah, he's pinging it. He's being baited. But here we go. They're invading. They're going in very NIP side.
Yeah, NIP is not afraid to get in there and at least get that information. Suppose they're not worried too much about the level 1. You do look at the lineup and maybe not the scariest for running in too early on, but they're going to try to control these bottom bounty runes, and seems like they should be able to. Troll and Wyvern, they're making their way over. Troll's thinking about it, but yeah, it's going to be too late. And thus it'll be taken by the side of NIP. And I believe Slaughter got the top one. Yeah, they did get 3.
Yeah, it's kind of nice when you have these heroes that can have like a 1v1. When you have this 3v3 bottom who have a stun. Like Slaughter's just going to win that with his stun there. I mean, Tiny could theoretically level up Avalanche, but that then can mess up his laning stage.
So EPG, it's going to be the 2 men down here of Wyvern and the Troll, but they're going up against 3. See another case of this. Again, reiterating this 3-3 play in the Slaughter. And I believe it was Peter. Yeah, Peter's on the Beastmaster.
Yeah, I think Beastmaster as a 5 makes sense here. It's not a hero that can kind of offer the same thing. The Boar as well as the attack speed aura, even in a 5 position role. The weakness is that you're not like the scariest lane hero. Boars are nice and all, but as a 5, you're not really gonna be dominating your lane or anything.
Yeah. See at the top lane, of course, Tiny and Centaur versus the Slaughter in the mid lane. Let the Astral Imprisonments begin. As OD is 6-1 against Huskar's 2-0 right now. So Fata is having the better of the mid matchup so far. Early levels.
It seems like these Husker lanes mid don't dominate at level 1 as much. They take a few more levels to come online, like 2 level 3 maybe more so, where they start to kind of specialize in dominating their matchup.
Soxa protecting Peter there at the bottom as they're running after him. Going to end up popping a salve. But meanwhile, you have off to the side Luna. She's just free farming. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Luna this. Well, initially we saw a fair amount of her, but they nerfed the aura. The numbers that it was providing, but still that aura, you group up, you push with her. I think BSJ pointed out even specifically on strength heroes, especially really benefit from it. So, but pushing with her is obviously very efficient.
Yep. This time around, it's NIP going for the trialing to secure their Luna. Beastmaster is going to go check out the rune, but last time we saw EPG trialing the AM. This time around, EPG going for dual lanes. They want to make sure they can at least contest as many lanes as possible in 3 trouble.
He's walking away for now. Only going so fast, though. He does not have a sprint. No boots. He's trying to juke through the trees. It's not going to matter. Mitch gets the kill.
Yeah, nice start, Mitch. Getting the kill and also 10 CS for him.
See Arctic Burn activated at the bottom lane, a swift ending. He might have overplayed his hand a little bit. Whirling Axis coming out. See the blocking of Peter Pan Dam, though, sets up another Lucent Beam. LeBron Dota runs in. The Avalanche. It's a bit of a swing and a miss. I guess they had Luna in the back line, so now Luna is in trouble. Oh, man, she's just out of range, isn't she? The tree throw connects, though. Hail Mary tree throw from LeBron Dota takes out Ace.
LeBron's not done. Oh, luckily there's a Fire Spirit there, as well as a... It's not going to... Great TP there. They kind of bait NIP in there, and Luna's one of those heroes where if you ever get on top of her, she gets destroyed there. So by Luna chasing in, she gets in range of the tiny rotation in, and NIP overextending a little bit.
Yeah, I thought they had a chance on Trotted too, but Whirling Axis is very good value even at level 1. I think it's like a 60% miss chance or something like that if the player's affected by it, so keeping you alive in cases like that. So running after you. Definitely helped him there. So CS may not be the prettiest, but at least he's staying alive at the bottom lane and even helping with the turn kill. And another 2-0 start for EPG.
33. Wanting to man up here. One more here. I think he's going to bash.
Wow.
Oh.
That was a man up.
I think that Style Shield did some work there as well, but that was very close. And I think he maybe dies on purpose.
He did, yeah. He ran towards the tower. I saw that.
Okay.
At the last
yeah, it makes sense. Do it before the Centaur respawn.
Yeah.
It gave a very small amount of, and I imagine he spent his money as well.
Yeah, one of those efficient plays. We see supports do it all the time as far as suiciding to tier 2 towers just to get back, so understand what he's thinking there. As 4.5 minutes into the game, so 30 more seconds, those battle runes coming out, and you see the NIP at least protecting the bottom one down there. Huskar, you were right. As the levels have added up, yeah, the CS has changed a bit. He's now 19 and 11, 20 and 6.
Once you get those double braces, some levels, lane gets a lot easier. The OD, though, is not getting crushed or anything here, so the OD's not too worried about how this lane is going.
There's that bounty we were talking about, getting that much closer. OD's rotating over even. Astral Imprisonment comes out. As LeBron, he's the one caught by it. The Avalanche almost got the kill initially, but not enough damage, and Ace gets some revenge from earlier. Ends up taking him out, 3-3. Does a good job of sniping both the bounty runes, so 4-0 favoring NIP there.
He's got a shrine to fall back to as well. OD in, which is a good call considering he was bottom lane, so extra value shrine and then to mid lane. I'm a big fan of these teams who rotate in their mids for these 5-minute bounty rune fights. If you know you can get like a kill as well, it's 100% worth it there for Fada to come in, get the bounty rune for his team and a kill. Even though for his personal game, maybe he misses some CS, for the team as a whole, it's a big network.
Bottom lane, Ace. They're running at him, but he reacted just fast enough, so LeBron couldn't get the start. And he'll be fine, but now LeBron finds somebody else. He tosses back right there to Beastmaster. Luna going after Wyvern in the meantime, but Peter Pan Dam, he's dropping a life plenty. Phoenix doing what he can, throwing out the Fire Spirits. It is not enough, though, so Beastmaster goes down. This rotation of Tiny has definitely proven to be the effective choice for EPG.
Yeah. The issue is, though, Slaughter's actually starting to recover up top. Even though CS-wise, he's farming all well. You know, getting that double bounty rune, and also getting that kill on the Centaur, that really saved that lane. Just getting crushed before that. And the CS difference is big, but it's not really going to be a big net worth difference because of the kills.
Uh-oh, Wyvern. He got caught sneaking in here for the side shot. He's still making his way through the trees. Cut off, though, by Luna. Out comes the beam, and DNZ, he immediately regrets this decision. All for some boots. So he gets picked off for free. LeBron, again, we just saw this. Tosses back Peter, but obviously Wyvern's not here, though. So maybe a little overambitious. There's the Whirling Axis. Wyvern does TP in, but it is too late to go for any kind of kill.
Yeah, I think they're a bit unclear about whether they're going for Ace's Luna or PPD's Beastmaster, and they didn't quite have that third hero there just yet. Man. Ace is a lot more sustainable in this lane now. He's got his third Wraith Band. I mean, he is still squishy and killable, but it's a lot more manageable.
Mitch popping his stampede at the top lane just simply to survive, but it also helps the bottom lane. AC gets run down, tossed back in. Again, LeBron continues to do work on this Tiny setup, kill after kill. They want more. Mentioned a little more durable on Luna, but still not enough. Keep her alive.
Even with that third Wraith Band, they get on top of you. Easy kills. Tiny LeBron has just been so impactful with all his rotations and his movement this game so far. It's been very impressive to watch him impact this game.
Man, Yeah, that's Huskar though, 45 and 26, so yeah, he is taking off absolutely.
This mid lane no longer playable for the team.
Bottom lane, that's where the action's been, understandably so. It's that try versus try lane. Kind of does make you wonder, especially with the top lane. You know, Slaughter, you mentioned, is recovering. When we're possibly going to see some rotations, frankly, from either side. Of course, Centaur also could come down here to make some plays.
Yeah, it seems like bottom lane's where the focus.
Top lane, you have TP in from Tiny, I believe. He is wrapping in Mitch. Obviously, he sees it with that corrosive haze, so it makes the juking a little bit easier for Slaughter. And he's able to run away. But LeBron's going to hang out. And I don't know if Slaughter actually knows that. If they might have seen him TPing away, if anything, but he is playing it very defensive.
Yeah, no vision up top, but I think the tell is more going on. The fact EPG's playing defensive down, you don't. Tiny seems to be a big enough tell.
Soxa is going in a bit, but they're just creating some space for that Luna. And you look at the net worth now, Luna's actually very good. She's second in net worth. Of course, Huskar's winning it with the start that he has, but I thought Luna's able to be in second place pretty comfortably. Good news there for NIP. And OD, yeah, he's losing that mid lane, but I still think he's overall doing solid as well.
Yeah, the OG's farm isn't terrible. It's more just when, you compare it to who we... Rough. But we'll have to see what the Husker can do with all this early.
Look at this guy. Head over to es.bet. Place those bets on the set odds as you look at NIP. Of course, it's closing a little bit as far as that gap goes for this game number 2. And Soxa, bottom lane. They run him down. Stampede was activated for it. The Burning Spear's adding up, though. DNC making his way out, or at least trying to. Corrosive Haze is on him, though. The Boar is doing some damage to him, but it is not going to be enough. Man,
I like this. Boranisha's getting involved. He's like, he's crushed this mid lane. I think it's time to, start moving a little bit. At least 10 minutes is coming up, bounty runes. I feel like that's a time where Husker should not be mid lane. He is headed back there, so as a result, NIP's going to get these bottom bounty runes. I think that's kind of a mistake from Husker to not contest these, considering he had full health.
Yeah, almost like an oversight there. That 10-minute spawn coming up, and in fact, are they going to get another 4 for nothing? They are.
They do. I mean, these bounty runes are legit keeping NIP in the game in terms of the current.
Well, Swift ending. He gets one net. Running after Soxa. There's a second one, and Soxa's a little pissed off, I'm sure. RNG, but he had a haster in, so either way, I don't know if he actually gets out of there.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough escape, but EPG looking really solid here. Both top and mid lane being won by them. They haven't been able to get these bounty runes, which is, I think, something they can maybe take away, regardless of how this game ends up going. But as it stands, we're going to see whether or not they can defend this bottom lane.
It's a level 3 Beastmaster. Wow. Yeah, he just melts.
Yeah, Retaliate hurts. Imagine he had a lot of bonus damage.
Nice timing on the stun there from 3-3. Centaur, the poor man's Blink Dagger, getting tossed in. Obviously able to react to it, but yeah, Retaliate, good ability. I've said that once or twice before, just the amount of damage you can put out with said right clicks. Armlet also finished on Huskar, by the way, so speaking of right clicks and impact from him, but continuing to see where OD's at. He's got 1,500 more gold saved up, and I guess their courier's dead, so I was going to say he could finish those phase, but he's not sure why he's not yet, but probably why. Peter Pan Dam, tossing on Dam once again. He is level 5 now, managed to get a couple of levels right there, but Wyvern, he went too deep with OD showing up, sets up an easy crush.
I think where this game gets a whole lot more playable for NIP is when they hit level 6s on there. So Phoenix and Beastmaster get a lot scarier when there's a Roar and a Supernova in play, and that's going to be kind of their big timing where they can take a team fight, maybe force some of these objectives, because their lineup does push very well. LeBron gets caught by Corrosive Haze. The Hawks again. Hawks is so good at stuff. He probably thinks it's like a warder. It is just a Hawk giving vision.
Yeah, keeps you guessing. You really don't know what to expect, so you'll waste gold on sentries. All of a sudden, no wards there. Definitely put you in the hole a little bit. One of those supports. Troll, top lane. He's got his early build, and he queues up the Vlads. Usually you like to maybe see somebody else get a Vlads on the team with you, but I guess this game, not really the best candidate for it.
And I think he's having a rough start, so he's like, what else do you go? Not going to go anything too greedy like the old Fury. You could go for like an SMY, but I think when you're this poor, getting Vlad's makes a lot of sense because your lineup is going to come online at like 15 to 20 minutes. You want to take Roach, Vlad's helps a lot.
Coming online, they find Beastmaster again. That's another death on him, so I'll take the free kill. More rotations from Huskar.
13 minutes, still both NIP supports not level 6. And that's got to be with the Tome of Knowledge, so it's a bit of an issue for them.
Luna, Arctic Burn, doing some damage, putting the slow on, but she walks away eventually. And I was going to say earlier, I wonder what, should we still expect to see the Mask of Madness from Luna, you think, or?
I don't think so. I think you're just way too squishy with that. I don't think just farm your jungle with Mask of Madness game. But she did go for it. Ace has a Mask of Madness. Let's see if he can get away with this. It just feels a little bit on the greedy side. If EPG can punish this by taking Roshan and taking a lot of early it's not going to feel good. But at the same time, maybe Luna just thinks, I've got enough, breathing room for now that I can just farm and make this item.
Well, using it right now in her own jungle as Troll continues to push in the top lane. So a bit of spreading out. Obviously, it's what's been a pretty active game so far. 94 hero kills favoring EPG. So we're approaching a 14-minute mark now.
EPG, your goal is to get at least one bounty rune at 15. Surely after the last 2 times I got dedicated for the 15-minute mark. I feel like that's like, okay, we got to get serious about these bounty runes.
Yeah. Learn their lesson from before. So still 40 more seconds before that is going to be the case, but it is coming quickly. Troll, the casual Morbid Mask has been finished. Also see LeBron's making his way over on Tiny. So they would like to kill this Phoenix. That's in the area, but Phoenix is level 6 now. Also has the Icarus dive, of course. However, they are going to start to go in. LeBron with the double damage, trying to hit the Avalanche, but Sox, of course, a little too quick. Out of range for the Icarus dive, and he's going to go for the Supernova play with the Astral Imprisonment on top of Tiny. Is it going to be in range? No, the Stampede. It gets him out there. LeBron trying to kill the Courier, meanwhile, with the tree throw.
Stampede's down, though, but...
Oh, wow. Huskar's going in. Astral Imprisonment.
And they're kind of defending this just with a couple of heroes. We just rotated in now, so we'll see if NIP can find any kills off it.
And they're going just for that. Avalanche will stall things. You got LeBron in the front lines. He's like, focus me, please. Winter's Curse, a good one at that. Fawcett's getting low. Not enough damage for the kill, but also the Radiant Heroes felt pretty scared following it up right there. You can tell with their life pool. It's bottom lane, though. That's a kill on a Beastmaster yet again. Saying that plenty.
He's been the punching bag for EPG for a lot of this game.
Is that the ultimate? That is. Swift ending, popping his ultimate there, but good job by 3-3 kiting away. It's best play around against it, of course. Soxa dying to that double edge of Mitch, but that will not have to kill him, that is.
Everyone very low down here. Looking okay for EPG, though.
Slaughter more so. He's going to sprint out.
Yeah, if they get Fire Spirits back up, I think they're definitely turning this one.
He wanted to kill Troll so badly, but well played by Mitch. Coming in with the Blink Dagger. And gets him killed.
And well baited by EPG. They just kind of held back as long as possible and managed to find the Slaughter kill there. 3k gold lead all of a sudden. That's because, well and truly, online and active here. 1,000 net worth. Una working towards BKB. I like this early BKB against the Phoenix, just so you can make sure you can just BKB and hit the egg, and you're also just not going to die to, like, sort of the OG. Definitely a must-buy item.
This bottom tower, LeBron doing what he can to push them back. Even despite
They've
those
held
deaths.
onto this tower for so long,
Yeah.
and NIP have put a lot of resources into.
Yeah, the fact that you have a Beastmaster that's been pushing it over and over again. I know it's support, but still, he's bringing that aura and, of course, his units there. So eventually they are going to get it, but 17-minute mark, a bit later than they would have hoped for. We've seen it plenty fast. You see the battle trance there. That's new ultimate post 7.20, and got to see plenty of it yesterday. Like I said, EPG versus Spirit, all 3 games it was played, and actually went 3-0 in that series. So EPG clearly a fan of the hero.
I wish it had a more obvious animation when it was like turned on. I feel like it's very subtle.
You just hear the roar,
No.
like before of the battle trance. I agree. They might look into that, of course, being how it works now. As
now we're seeing some more trolling. They're going to make it look cool.
Go crazy berserk, yeah. You can see that. So Fanning, he's running in an Invis rune currently. He's scouting out Peter Pan Dam. And not the greatest target to jump right here. He's going to pop the Whirling Axis. OD a bit better. Takes the Imprisonment. Supernova going down. And Troll is in a bad spot now. Crush coming out. Battle Trance will be activated so he can't die. Remember, Primal Roar locking him in place. The Winter's Curse on Vanta. He's going to stay alive. No! Mitch finishes the job as he jumps in. Perfect timing with the Hoof Stomp as well as a double edge. They take out Phoenix. They get the kill on a Slaughter, that is. And it's just momentum for EPG right now. Luna, she did pop the Eclipse, but unable to kill anyone. Beastmaster also will get run down. So 4 for nothing, favoring Elements Pro Gaming.
Yeah, they've just had the right idea this game. You know, they kind of made the right picking this more early mid-game focused lineup. And they're just running over NIP. This last pick, Luna, is looking a bit fragile here, despite all the net worth there. And you can see the years stop at odds. EPG, they're actually favored to win this one now. It's still very even, but after that fight in this Roshan, I gotta imagine EPG are becoming heavier and heavier favorites as this one goes on.
Yeah, I can see where those odds are coming from. The 3,000 net worth lead as well. And now it did stress, I mean, this team makeup is definitely made a lot better for fighting in this earlier game into that mid game. So not to oversell it for EPG, but it's good that they're off to this fast start, which is what their lineup was most certainly hoping to amplify off of. And you got the Aegis now at Huskar, so of course these next couple of minutes, really like 3 to 4 minutes, going to determine where this game may end up going down the line. Because if NIP is unable to stop this Aegis push, then who knows how fast EPG can go from there.
Yeah, I think NIP's draft will start to recover if this game does drag a bit. They've got some good synergy. If the Supernova can be kept alive, it makes a big difference in these fights right now. Just level 1 egg. And there's going to be BKBs. It's going to be very difficult, probably near impossible to do so unless they place it incredibly defensively. But EPG are not going to be looking to take their foot off the gas right now. They just want to keep on running at NIP.
You see Luna just behind the Huskar as far as net worth goes as Smoke Ink play. The 20-minute bounty rune spot, so EPG does get a couple. Gonna point to that. Tiny's in the front lines. He's hoping to find someone, but it doesn't look like he is. And we see at the top lane you have, who's that? That's Phoenix pushing in. You got OD cut in the middle, but clearly NIP, they knew something was up. Playing it defensive.
Yeah, NIP's just playing kind of keep away a little bit, which I think makes sense at this point. You don't really want to fight into this Aegis anyway. Sense here, split push, who if they get caught like a Phoenix, you don't mind, and then once you realize it's safe, you bring everyone else out to try and take towers on the other side of the map. But realistically, this is still way better trades for EG, and they're going to keep pushing down this bottom lane. They're not going to stop at just one tower. They want multiple towers. They may even try and force a high ground push just to make NIP come back to the field.
Yeah, you going up against a troll, you're not going to win a race. So they're still kind of pushing in the top lane. I saw somebody port back, but that's at least the tier 2. The question is, as you're pointing out, do they even go tier 3? And with the Aegis, why not? It looks like the Beastmaster and Slaughter are still pushing that top lane. Trying to put some pressure on. Fortification comes out, though. Now, poor Naya, he's just up here on Huskar, beating into the tower. Obviously, the fervor stack's adding up for Swift Ending. And IP, that's already at half-life. I mean, you got to respond here shortly. It's not going to be in time. They are going to lose tier 3 tower as well. And we are now going to start seeing a fight break out possibly. OD imprisonment onto the Huskar. Again, you don't want to overcommit to him, though, of course, with that Aegis.
They just have no way to start a fight.
Well, Mitch has a way to start a fight. He jumps in on Ace right there. The Eclipse is bouncing around the Witch's Curse on a 3-3, locking him in place. And Ace, with the BKB, he's not necessarily concerned if it doesn't get any kills initially. The Eclipse did some good damage. Huskar, he's feeling pretty good still. Again, Aegis, I keep going back to online. The Supernova may connect right here on Boynaya. Looks like it is, but he just doesn't die. The heal is too much.
BKB. 100 health regen a second.
Jeez.
Such a
Berserker's blood,
this
baby.
game is just over here almost.
Luna's dead, no buyback. Sanity's Eclipse did some great damage, got the Aegis burned, but again, he's back up. You mentioned he still has a BKB to use. Swift Ending is staying alive. Battle Trance, not going to be enough. He ends up going down after it wears off right there, but OD goes down. The inner fire on top of him. He buys back immediately, but Slaughter's picked off as well. Saksa, they're diving the fountain at this point. That's what Huskar does. Although maybe he regrets his decision. He still has the BKB, go back to that. Imprisonment.
Yeah, you're going to use the BKB?
He has
BKB
to.
TP maybe? Okay.
He wants to man up, but yeah, he's just going to BKB. Do they have a roar? No. That would have been something.
Cooldown still. They got the melee racks. Okay, melee racks are out. Not going to be GG. They couldn't go for a second lane with... Go for some dives here. We got Aegis. Husker's probably yelling like, I got BKB, guys. Let's just go. But in the end, they don't really give away that much there. I mean, the BKB being used is not the biggest deal. They lost the troll, which is a little bit unfortunate, but forcing out an OD buyback, taking a Rax this early, a big win for EPG.
Yeah. And now you have that Heaven's Halberd coming for Huskar. It mentioned great item against the OD, especially on the other side. So we already had troubles killing him, and it's going to make it a bit more difficult on top of that as Phoenix trying to get Sun Ray through the Roshan pit, but gets cut off by Centaur. And eventually killed after. So EPG looking to reset here and perhaps just push another. I mean, they don't have the Aegis anymore. They're going to get at least some more tier 2 towers, I guess.
I think taking these outer towers is nice just because it means when you do get that next Roshan, or if you find yourself in the bottom lane, the high ground, it's something like, okay, you can go for that second lane. So you're not worried about, okay, tier 2 towers up, we can't take a Rax. And theoretically, they could even high ground here. They are very strong even without.
They're doing just that as bottom tier 2's pushed in, but we've seen this story before. We're not going to outrace the troll.
Slaughter doesn't have blink, so they don't have a good initiative.
It's going to be a Radiant fortification. The blink, speaking of that, in the backline, Zodi's jumped. He's going to die off the bat. No, Astral Imprisonment will save for the time being. LeBron Dota gets locked down initially, able to run away, which is Curse up on Luna, I believe that was. Up here, yeah, the Eclipse bouncing around, but BKB pop up for Naya. Buyback from Beastmaster. Once again, Huskar, no Aegis this time around, so he's going to play a little more safe as Centaur went too deep. So EPG, they are going very deep here. It is backfiring somewhat, but they eventually do kill OD. They lose 2. They got the melee racks, though, and now they're trying to retreat.
Yeah. They realize, okay, guys, let's make sure we get these objectives. Huskar's still probably just feeling unkillable. Pretty good reason.
He wants PPD, but he's not going to get it.
Polynesia's 0 deaths this game. Only been involved in 9 of these 21 kills, but he's been the front runner for pushes and sieges that they've been doing here.
Let's see, next tier items coming out. There's a Spirit Vessel, DNZ. He's in trouble. Gonna get a Spirit Vessel debuff.
Make it out here. He's TP.
Oh, the beam connects.
Almost got into fog. He could have maybe TP'd half a second. Realized he was in the...
Yeah.
Very well attempted by the Wyvern. So next Roshan for EPG. You've just taken another Rax without Aegis. No need to rush it now. Maybe take the tier 2 top tower, take some shrines, but if they get Aegis, it's probably just mega creeps.
Mitch with the Crimson Guard now finished. Yeah, you just see those items popping up here on the Radiant side. 26 minutes in. Speaking of a lineup again, that's just coming online at a pretty good time for EPG as far as competing in this game. So you have NIP, smoked play, double damage on Ace. Not sure what she has on her currently. We know the Mask of Madness, but haven't been paying attention since then. I believe the BKB at least that she has, but trying to find an opening as NIP. They can tell that they're a little bit desperate maybe of realizing the situation of the game, already being down 2 sets of racks. LeBron is going to be opened on here. Gold Embrace trying to save him. It's not going to in the end, though. Too much magic damage and everything else, so he goes down, but Mornaya jumps in with the life break on a Peter Van Dam. Out comes the Supernova on the backline, so Radiant team has to be careful with that. Good job with the Winter's Curse, by the way. Ace taking plenty of damage. Is going to survive. Stampede back in, though. Centaur wants to lead the way with the team. Nice Astral Imprisonment. Stopping another life break. US33's caught this time, and he goes down. Sanity's Eclipse does take out the Wyvern, but Swift Ending, he's going down. Battle Trance keeping him alive, though. He gets one kill on Luna. They're going for OD. The Spirit Vessel might kill him in the end as the Battle Trance wears off. In fact, Icarus Dive does him in, but OD goes down as well. And EPG, even with the numbers, 3 for 3, I think EPG is still happy with the outcome.
Yeah, it's kind of a fight where they got caught out a little bit by but I imagine it was a small win for NIP in the end. Considering they're so far behind. but ultimately it's not going to feel great because it doesn't come at a time where you're going to stop the Roshan. Immediately, EPG's respawning. They're already in the pit. They don't even need the troll for this, and every single NIP ultimate was used to make that happen. So EPG is just going to run right back towards NIP's base the second they get this Aegis and cheese.
There's the Roshan going down shortly here. At least was already low on life. But yep, sure enough, the Aegis coming out once again for Huskar, and of course this time they have cheese on top of that. Probably going to share the love, I'm sure. Maybe get the cheese to the troll at this point. I mean, the net worth lead doesn't continue to raise necessarily. It's ticking around the same mark, 7,000 net worth in favor of EPG. So that's what we always talk about. I mean, there's a lot more to the story than just simply the one stat. But it feels like NIP is certainly in this game, and the Luna factor I think is a worthy term as well.
Yeah, if they'd helped like some of their base, I think it'd be a lot closer right now in terms of where the game. You've already lost 2 lanes, and your 3rd lane is about to be sieged by an Aegis Huskar that is a bit unkillable right now. So I think that's a pretty big concern considering they're so magic damage focused with the OD Luna. They don't really do anything to this BKB of the Huskar.
Once again, going uphill. Well, that's the intention at least. Smoke in the backlines from NIP, so trying to be a little stealthy. Astral Imprisonment, Life Break put up on the OD though, jumps in. Boranai is really deep for this. Witch's Curse coming out on an ace. It's only a Phoenix nearby. It's preventing him from doing too much damage though. Spirit Vessel on the Huskar eventually gets him killed, so coming back up with the Aegis. Slardar, he loses his life. He buys back immediately though. Remember, Huskar still has the BKB. But I saw, okay, yeah, it was a Butterfly currently on Luna though as well.
Yeah, she's a lot scarier now. LeBron missing the toss back.
And he's dead for it.
NIP hold on to their last lane here despite the Aegis push coming their way. They do a good job using a Roar just to take out the Aegis. They know Huskar doesn't want to risk throwing away this lead, so once his Aegis is gone, the push is kind of over.
We're seeing the Spirit Vessel have some pretty good impact this game too. I think it might be Phoenix the one that has it, but either way, Spirit Vessel, you know, great against hero like Huskar for that matter, and it has most certainly been a help for at least in that kill specifically there. And yeah, I go back to this Luna. A Satanic is around the corner for her now. Huskar also happens to be working on his own, but Luna and the lineup that's built around her, you know, it's one of those, if they happen to win a fight, 30 seconds later they're pushing your base and it's just evaporating. So it goes back to the NIP still most certainly has a shot here. And the way EPG has been playing too, very ballsy, going in deep. It's still in the earlier fights at the base. Yeah. If that happens again and they do get caught out, then we could be seeing that comeback. But it's still a lead for EPG, not to say it's not here. But
absolutely. And then when it's one of those things where it's also like you kind of have some trust in, like, you know, Peter's veteranship as a captain too, where you just feel like, you know, late game NIP's decision making is going to be just a bit more experienced and calculated than EPG's. EPG's got a lot of great talent. They're a team that's kind of been around a little bit for a little while, but they had that, you know, same kind of big line experience. And these kind of late game crazy scenarios is where you got to think NIP could pull something out here despite being pretty far behind right now.
Tiny working on a Solar Crest. Not that we see a lot right now. I feel like the general consensus is that it's a little bit clunky sometimes to build up, and, you know, who do you build it up on? But Tiny in this case likes the option, and going to be a nice tool to either amp one of his own cores or do plenty against maybe the Luna herself. Eventual fight, but still has a little bit to go before that's picked up. Winter Wyvern working on a Blink Dagger, as we can see. But yeah, Luna has overtaken the net worth officially. Want to save it for the first time this game.
It's kind of interesting that the Phoenix has kind of become more the 3 position here. I think just by nature, split push waves while Slada can't, so I don't imagine that was like the intent going in the game, but sometimes these adjustments just naturally have to happen because you're playing from behind and you need to send the hero Musu to split pushing out on the map. And that's been the Phoenix.
Huskar, she's on him, 5,600 gold saved up. So that's Satanic again. Going to be almost finished here as there's smoke playing though. Huskar was not part of the smoke, or he was initially, but
I'm not sure. He went back to the mid lane just to maybe push it out here, and while his team try and find a cat.
They know, though. They're sitting back. They're in the base. They're going to be fine. The smoke play going to be all for naught from EPG. Huskar heading over to the secret shop, though, perhaps.
I think Luna has the Satanic on the courier coming, so that's pretty big item pickup. Maybe not quite yet. There we go, yeah. So Satanic picked up on Luna.
Again, Huskar has 4,000 gold saved out. It's one of those items, though, it's like you might as well, yeah, especially if you're going to be pushing, might as well buy it. And he does right there. So, of course, doesn't have buyback, but, again, has the Satanic now himself.
Maybe a scenario where EPG just kind of sit back and play for Roshan number 3, even though that maybe it's got a little while to wait here for that one.
Going uphill, always a bit dangerous, especially when you're blind. 3-3 puts a stun out, but Hornet doesn't care too much. Life break in. Peter Pan will put up the roar and allow his team to run away. That's an Eclipse pop. LeBron taking most of the hits right there. Nice job with the Gold Embrace, though. We'll keep it alive for the time being. Now the Eclipse bounces over to Mitch. Pops a Blade Mail, though. Nobody dying just yet. I heard the Supernova going off the back lines. Ace is locked in. Can he get the Satanic off? No, he cannot. He's dead for 85 seconds. Not buying back. Neither is Sardar. And that could be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, Luna commits the full BKB Eclipse for a Tiny there who doesn't die, and so actually, I don't know if he's got a way out of this one.
I don't even know if she got her Satanic off. That's what I was saying.
I don't think so. Well, she was also Spirit Vessel, so even if she did, she wasn't going to get much heal off.
Okay,
without the BKB, she has no way to get rid of the Spirit Vessel. So I think it was more just a bit rushed using and committing the BKB to that fight as early as they did, but also they were just in a scenario where they were caught out completely into this odd position on their high ground where they shouldn't really be fighting outside of their base here.
We're going to game 3 more than likely. I mean, they're not giving in just yet. NIP doesn't want it to be so, but this is not a game that EPG is in any place to lose at this point. The 1 tier 4 is dead. Luna's still out for 30. Sauter dead for 20. You're going against a troll. That's going to be a dead ancient. Again, they're doing everything they possibly can to hold right here, be distraction. You just look at Odie. He gets drummed. You got Sanity's Eclipse doing some great damage there. Almost kills Huskar, but almost killing Huskar. That happens quite plenty. And OD's going to die again after the fact. Oh, he buys back. He Astral Imprisonments. You see the GG's finally coming out, so fighting to the bitter end. Can't blame them, but EPG, they take game 2, and that means we are going to a game 3. So I think it's safe to say, you know, the draft definitely came together a bit better for EPG in this game. Was the starting force for this game, and showing that they can compete with some big dogs like NIP.
Yeah, we got some, you know, some good old 10th pick Huskar. Not quite maybe the ultimate cheese pick it used to be, but still something that will catch teams by surprise. And once you get to that point where you're crushing your lane, suddenly this mid lane is just not being farmed, and they built up this really big lead, and NIP couldn't really keep up.
So Huskar 8-0-9 stat line right there. No deaths. Pretty good game for him. Overall, EPG, again, they get that 3rd game now to look forward to against NIP. This is single elimination. It continues to be the case, obviously not changing throughout it. So, quarterfinal matchup, but EPG going to try to ride that wave of momentum now and move on to the semifinals. NIP, of course, has something to say about that. So, we're going to go into that short break and find out what happens next with that game 3. Once again, I was BreakyCPK, joined by GoDz. We have BSJ as well as Draskyl going to be joining us back once again after the break as well. Stay tuned, guys. The WePlay Winter Madness Tournament quarterfinal matchup continues here next.